Hey everybody, what's up? WWP, episode 37, baby. Double P's, baby.
Double P's. Hey guys.
Yeah, so we're gonna
now.
Episode 37, baby. Yeah, so you can hear us and everything.
Yeah, it's gonna be fucking great.
All right, cool. Wrestling. Did you hear the enthusiasm in our voice?
I'm not even ready to start recording yet, so
Yeah.
hey, how about them sports?
Well, the Islanders did beat the Rangers.
They did, and then they lost to the Devils tonight, so it's already, the fun is worn off already.
Fucking goddamn, man. Well, they beat the Avalanche at least.
Did you like wrestling this week? Because I thought it was good.
It was good.
Also, very terrible. So that's a little...
Depends what day we talk about.
Well, I didn't watch SmackDown. Did you watch SmackDown?
I saw it last week, Sunday, aka Elimination Chamber, apparently, because all the matches from the pay-per-view are basically on the show.
Should I have the results for SmackDown so that we don't sound like we're completely clueless when it comes to
we can pull them up while we're talking about Elimination Chamber and Raw.
iMovie. I don't want to open.
Come on, that's my program. Let's see if we have any shitbags watching us today, or if they're all watching the Bellator fight.
Tunette. The what?
Bellator.
What the hell's Bellator?
It's a Bellator.
Oh.
It's UFC, but another company.
Oh.
It's supposed to be like a big fight tonight.
Good times.
I actually started to like UFC a little more than WWE recently.
Well, it's a lot less scripted.
And is real fighting. I
opened the wrong app, so this is going to take a little longer. So we're going to have a really extended edition of our WWE pre-show. So Fred, how was your week?
Actually, sucked.
Really?
No, it was alright. It's just, I'm working a lot, so that's why my enthusiasm sometimes does not come out on the show.
Yeah.
But I did get a nice Swedish massage last night. It was very nice.
What's a Swedish massage?
I don't know what, it's just like lotion.
They put Swedish fish on your body and you eat them off.
That would be pretty damn awesome.
Wow.
It tastes like skin. Actually, that would be pretty damn cool if it was, but
sorry guys for the delay. I opened the wrong program and
he ain't on point.
Fuck. And it's gonna slow down my computer, which has been on all weekend.
Every time he does this, we'd have 0 times. Got a couple haters over here.
So,
got a couple haters.
Got a couple haters. Got a couple haters.
Couple haters over here.
Alright, quit iMovie.
It doesn't matter because no one's watching it. No one's there.
Literally 0. Literally.
Well, I have 1, but that's me.
That 1 is... Well, I'm watching it, so who's actually not watching it? How is it 1 when we're...
Tell us who you are!
How is it?
I can't deal with this week, Craig. Abe Simpson 2 weeks ago. Snake, Solid Snake, or Liquid Snake,
that reminds me.
Depending on who I am talking to. Okay, he was cool before.
He was cool in the beginning,
and
he totally turned on you.
He totally fucking heel turned on me.
Kind of came onto you a little bit.
He did. That was a little weird for me because I've never talked to a person from a video game in that aspect before. Or in real life, too.
Oh, okay. That's what
I'm going to say that for the fucking audio. God damn it.
Maybe you should just keep this on the YouTube part. Maybe don't edit this part out, because this part's kind of funny, because we're not really doing anything.
Yeah, but if you have 5 minutes of us talking about nothing. How was your week, Craig?
Yeah,
Drew. Yeah, what up?
Whoa.
Do you know him or no?
I have no idea who you are.
Are you usually we're saying this because usually it's any of our friends watching.
Followers are our friends.
Yeah, so if we actually have a person,
we have 3 of those.
Yeah. So if you're actually watching, that's pretty cool. Thank you for joining, and you can interact with us because we are watching the feed as we are going.
Yeah, sorry for the delay. We are trying to get trying to get my computer
up and running.
I don't know what's going on right now.
So what's up, Drew? How you doing?
Why is iMovie still fucking open? Quit iMovie. Oh my god.
It's gonna take forever.
I wish I didn't start the live feed on the Facebook. Hey, we only have 90 minutes to do the live feed before it cuts out, too.
Oh,
so.
Fuck, are you kidding me?
No, it's an hour and a half.
Oh, shit.
But our episodes don't go that long anymore.
I'm good. Yeah. Well,
I'm
alright, too. Where are you from, Drew? I gotta know where, like, where WWP fans are at, you know? Like, are they all in Long Island like we are? A.k.a. all of our friends? Or are you from Tucson, Arizona?
Tuscan?
Is that...
It's Tucson. It's Tucson.
No, there is a Tuscan, though.
No, you're thinking of, like, Tuscan, like, flavoring. Like, thinking of, like, pizza.
Oh, Wisconsin.
Oh, cool.
Cool. Fucking
nice.
Cheese country, baby. I think. Packers. I'm a big Packers fan.
He loves packing things.
Wait. Well, I do. No. Wait, hold on. What? No.
I'm not insinuating anything.
You just, but a Packers fan, not packing.
Oh, yes, this is gonna work.
Okay. Good.
Alright, we're almost ready to go live here. Sorry for the delay, everyone.
Alright.
We
watched Elimination Chamber.
We finally get a follower or two for the live feed. It's not during the actual show.
Yeah,
it's
Packers.
before. It's before the actual thing starts recording. Hey, sorry guys, bear with me here. I don't know what the hell's going on.
I'm such a Packers fan that I'm in love with their current quarterback, Brett Favre. For real. Like, he's the fucking bomb, dude. Aaron Rodgers.
I heard he's an up-and-coming rookie, too, right?
Yeah. The Jets might actually take him, too. I actually heard. I don't know. They might steal him away, and then they might get some faggot called Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, my God. I forgot the fucking Jets had Brett Favre.
He was good.
Yeah, he was, but he was...
But he was the Jets.
It was, it
was the Jets.
It's the Jets. It's the Jets. Is Josh watching? Because Josh is a big Jets fan.
Is he?
You didn't know that?
Who's going to take on Bray Wyatt?
A Mania?
Mania? Well, Randy Orton, I would assume.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean they insinuated that it's not happening this week.
Really?
Because Orton...
See, we didn't watch SmackDown, so we're really good analysts.
We have a real professional podcast here where we know everything that's happening on the show except for the fact that we didn't watch SmackDown. Yeah. Hey, we can actually say we didn't watch SmackDown.
Whackdown, baby! Whacktown, baby! Going old school on this.
Oh my God, this is so slow. Sorry, guys. What is happening?
It's
Guy. Sorry, Guy.
Don't pull it up later.
The other app isn't open yet anyway. I'm doing this while it's loading.
Oh my God.
All right,
well, we appreciate your patience, though. We will start in a second. But we're going to talk a little bit about Elimination Chamber. I know it's been like pretty much a week from this point, but actually... Yeah, it's 12 o'clock, so it's officially a week since...
Well, we're East Coast time, so...
East Coast time, right. So you're Wisconsin time. Randy said he won't take on Bray. Nah, I don't...
I'm not convinced. I think it's just storyline purposes, because it's very predictable now. So I think what's going to happen is they're going to...
Who else could it be, though, right? I mean,
right, who else could it be? I know they did a number one contenders match, and I don't know who won.
We will find out shortly. Or maybe Drew will tell us who won.
Alright.
You know what we should do one day? We should have set up like I wish we had like our own like line. Like a phone line. Let's do it to all our fans. Beep. Let's try this line. Beep.
I like that. Alright, I think we are ready to go live.
We're going in.
We're going in.
Going in hard and fucking stiff, baby. Oh, shit. I didn't mean that.
Hello, everybody.
Hey.
Welcome back to the Wretched Wrestling Podcast. What are you doing? Episode...
Fucking you up.
Yeah, you are. Episode 37. Welcome back. We are 1 week removed from the Elimination Chamber and the Raw and SmackDown have ensued since. So, Fred, what did you think of Elimination Chamber?
I don't have an opinion on it.
But,
well, no, I mean, I sort of do. I mean, I watched the Grammys, which I normally don't do because I don't like any of those award shows.
Nobody does.
But I watched Mickie James because I like her, and versus what's her face, Becky Lynch.
Yeah,
who I do love. They had a very good match. I will say that
it was a good match.
It was a very good opener for sure.
A big fan of that.
Yeah, and I also watched the Chamber match because I just figured I had to watch it. By the way, I'm not doing predictions anymore on Los Generales Tequila because I was off completely.
That did not go very well.
I'm talking about Baron Corbin being the next Stone Cold Steve Austin. Like, what the hell am I talking about? Or like Or like
that was a good.
That was kind of a good point, right?
Yeah, that was a good
somewhere.
Yeah, maybe not like you could have made the comparison. You didn't have to say he might be the next Stone Cold Steve Austin.
He's gonna bring WWE into the stratosphere. Baron Corbin.
He's gonna be Corbin 416. Exactly. But
Becky definitely is fire. By the way, she's fucking.
She's.
Oh yeah, Craig was like.
Fire!
You were like, dude, you see what she's wearing? She's naked. She's naked.
Yes. So me and Fred didn't watch the pay-per-view together. We usually watch them together.
We usually do, but I just was not feeling
it. It didn't happen this time, and we have busy lives. I have a kid. He's a loser. So normally we watch them together.
My best friend.
That too. I'm his best friend. He's a piece of shit. So. We're watching I'm watching the Chamber, and I'm seeing this Becky Lynch match, the opening match of the Elimination Chamber, and she's like wearing she normally wears like this like
it's like a green or like a
green or brown it's
it's like Celtic or whatever.
Yeah, Celtic. What's the rustic usually or
rustic. Yeah,
yeah. She always is like wearing brown stuff, and she's wearing like a see-through T-shirt with like a bra, and I'm like. What the fuck?
Yeah,
I texted Fred because Fred loves Becky Lynch, so I was like, "Yo, check this out! Just tune in right now." He was like busy; he was out doing something, and he like opened it up on his phone. He's like, "Oh my god!" It was awesome.
Anytime I can see Becky Lynch looking fucking fine, I'm good with. And then the show happened.
Right.
Then I don't know how. Well, I was wrong on everything. I'm like, Luke Harper's gonna win against Randy Orton.
So our predictions did not go very well. You
did pretty good. You did pretty good.
I really didn't.
No,
I didn't. I got like a couple. I got the okay. I did better.
You didn't. Okay, you did definitely better than me. We did not get the one right that we were a little upset about with Naomi. We'll
go quickly through it. We won't talk about the pre-show match, but Becky Lynch defeated Mickie James, which we both got wrong.
We both got wrong on that one.
I thought Mickie needed the win more here, but I also understand that Becky's kind of like lost a lot since she lost the women's title, so I'm okay with that.
And also, if they're going to build a program, I realized after the fact they're going to build a program.
We're going to open the show.
Mickie James is going to still want that respect back. Like Absolutely. If she gets it back right away, then what the fuck is the point? Then
right.
So there's something for Mickie James to start.
What does Becky Lynch do from there? As well?
Right, exactly. So, I'm enjoying the program though.
The handicap match. I actually like the booking of the handicap match. Kalisto and Apollo Crews with Dolph Ziggler.
What was the booking for you?
Ziggler beat the shit out of Kalisto on the entrance ramp, so it was kind of like a one-on-one match, the whole match, and then at the very end, Kalisto came back.
Okay.
And they won. So I got that one wrong. You got that one right.
Dolphy.
So Fred actually started off much better than I did.
And they quickly went downhill from there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it did. American Alpha retained the tag titles. There was a very brief moment when I thought the Ascension were going to win the tag titles. I was texting him during.
You texted me. I'm like, no.
I'm like, dude, like Usos went healed the fuck out after they got eliminated, beat the shit out of them, and the Ascension came in, hit their finishing move, and it was like 1, 2, and I'm like, where's this other guy? And then Chad Gable came out from nowhere and prevented it. And like all of a sudden they're kind of pushing the Ascension. Like I'm like, where was this a year ago or 2 years ago when they got called up? Like they just kind of like they tried doing this like on Raw briefly. It was like a very brief like Ascension push.
Right. Oh yeah. When
they got called up.
They were hot in NXT.
Right. And then they got called up to WWE. They got no reaction, and then they're just like, let's just flush the shit down the toilet.
Ooh, speaking of no reactions. Well, let's go through Elimination Chamber first.
Yeah. Let's get through Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, then we'll talk about that one.
It was. I think Fred picked the Usos in that one. I had American Alpha, so I got that one.
Had the Usos.
So we were tied at this point. Both 1 correct and 2 wrong. Nikki Bella defeated Natalya. We both had that one.
All right.
That was no. I'm sorry. We went to a double count out, so neither of us got that.
On.
Neither of us got that. And when I was watching it,
that's bullshit.
My biggest gripe with the whole fucking pay-per-view was that I kept stressing the last episode. I'm just hoping Nikki Bella wins, because that would mean the feud's over.
Right.
And it ends in a double DQ. So guess what, guys? Guess what, Drew? It's not over, Drew.
I think Drew left us, by the way.
Drew might have left us. We might have lost Drew. That's okay.
Bye, Drew. He's probably watching the Bellator fight.
All right, say hi to Drew Carey for me. Randy Orton defeated Luke Harper. Fred was with Luke Harper on this one. I don't know what the fuck he was. He was drinking a little too much Los Generales.
That that won't happen for predictions.
Yeah, I had Randy Orton, so I
should have just picked that. What the hell was wrong with me?
I don't know. Now the next one. This is the one that
we're watching SmackDown in the background. And he just started Baron Corbin just dragged Dean out of nowhere. Baron Corbin's a fucking man.
I love Baron Corbin so much right now, but we'll get to him in a little bit. Naomi won the women's title, and so
oh my god,
Josh and Jan Michael Hukenchan got this one fucking right, and we were just so dismissive of it last week.
Nah, no way.
I even said Jan said oh, you don't think Naomi's gonna win on Black History Month? I'm like, no, get the fuck out of here, Jan, get the fuck out of here. And guess what?
Concept, but no.
Yeah,
we were fucking wrong.
I was totally fucking wrong.
So maybe he should do the show instead.
Yeah, maybe you should do the WWP. By the way, what was with the intro this week? Again, Booker T? Come on, man.
Guys,
dude, it was a great intro. Thank you so much, Booker, but...
It was a really nice... It was good, though. It was good. Besides pronouncing our name wrong.
Wretched, guys. Wretched.
It's wretched.
It's not wretched. It's not wretched. It's wretched.
What does that mean, wretched? What does that mean?
That's not a word.
Like, can someone... I feel like I'm going insane because...
People are fucking... And Kevin Nash. Now, why did Kurt Angle... Why did Ted DiBiase...
Who was probably on pills at that point.
Right. And why did the fucking Sandman...
Sandman.
I'm pretty sure he can't read.
Right.
How come he knew the word wretched?
Right.
And Kevin Nash, Hall of Famer, and
high IQ.
Booker T, Hall of Famer, don't know the goddamn thing. I'm afraid if we ask Kurt Angle to do it again in a couple of weeks when he's a Hall of Famer, we'll fuck it up. Is Ted DiBiase a Hall of Famer? He must be.
Yeah, I think he is.
Alright, so maybe it's not a Hall of Famer thing.
Maybe it's a... I don't know what it is, man. It's pretty fucked up.
I'll say it's a black eye thing, but...
We've only had one black guy.
Kevin Nash isn't black, so...
He's from Detroit, though, so maybe that counts.
Maybe it's a WCW thing. WCW champion thing.
Yeah,
that's what it is. Kurt Angle never was WCW. Never was WWE champion. Never WCW champion.
Never a champion, actually.
Yeah, and as Sandman, I mean, he's
ECW champion.
ECW. It's WCW.
WCW.
It's Kevin Nash.
Fuck you, WCW.
They didn't have like the curriculum. This is unbelievable.
This is unbelievable, man.
I can't believe this.
They're fucking Conan too much, probably.
So neither of us got that one right with Naomi winning the title. And by the way, this just screams of
Naomi.
This reminds me of WWE back in like the early mid '90s, like when Jacqueline was the WWE Women's Champion.
Oh God.
Yeah. Like,
bringing up that shit, bro.
Yeah, like you remember that? Like, you guys remember that? Like Ivory before she was
a good wrestler though.
Before Right to Censor though, like when she had
no gimmick,
no gimmick. Yeah, like that's what this reminds me of, and it really pisses me off. And I got into an argument with a fucking faggot on
what's that
on
faggot's
Twitter.
name?
Look him up. I mean, okay, so I complained on Twitter about Naomi. I complained on Twitter about Naomi winning the women's championship on SmackDown, and somebody like retweeted me 3 days later. Of course, 3 days later. Yeah, way to be really like quick with your thing. And all he wrote was "crybaby, crybaby." This is the Wretched Wrestling Podcast. It's called Wretched for a reason, because we don't like how they book. So fuck you. And you know what I did, Fred?
Anthony High.
Anthony High?
Yeah, that's you at Anthony High. I hope you're watching this. Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you, Anthony High. Now listen to me. Listen to me right now. And then I call you out and I say, we complain about everything, so fucking stop complaining.
It's called the Wretched Wrestling Podcast. We talk about shit.
As I said, keep crying. Like, okay. You know what I did? I looked at your feed. I kind of stalked you. I Twitter stalked you, by the way.
You Twitter stalked?
I Twitter stalked. And you know what you do? You made this a race thing. You know? He made it a race thing, man. I looked at his feed. He's a black eye. He retweeted a bunch of Naomi tweets about, she's our champion now.
Oh, come on. Fuck this shit.
So, you're not even really a fan of her. You're a fan of her race. You don't even care what she's wrestling. You don't care about her wrestling ability. You don't care about... In fact, he did reply to me, and he deleted his tweet. I saw it very briefly.
Really? What was that?
Did you see it?
No.
Okay, he tweeted, and then he deleted it. Yeah, because he deleted it almost immediately, but I saw it like in passing before I got to open the app later, and he said something like, "Yo, her entrance is over as fuck." Her entrance? Her entrance is over as fuck? If that's the reason you are a fan of somebody...
But this should not be a reason for someone to be champion.
Exactly. Thank you, Fred, for finishing my thought. That's exactly what I needed.
Shit siren.
Fuck you, high faggot.
Anthony High.
Anthony High. I hope you get high on your mother's own cunt. Anyway. Anyway, let's go to the WWE.
That's a smoking pussy right there, man. Holy shit.
Well, when it's really rancid and it's fishy.
Oh.
Yeah. Hey,
listen, just because I can't tell the difference between Titus O'Neil and Apollo Crews does not mean I'm fucking racist.
No.
They just have bald heads. I can't tell people apart.
Thank God Naomi has hair, because you would think she's Kevin Nash.
I guess so, god damn it.
I don't know why I said Kevin Nash.
Yeah, fuck you, Kevin Nash.
Yeah.
I hope you're watching, you're not, but...
What are you and Booker T up to? Are you guys forming a...
So hanging out with Magic Mike 4 or whatever the fuck movie you're going into.
Now, the Elimination Chamber match was obviously the main event.
Go back to the
Elimination Chamber. So, it was obviously the most important match. It was the only match that really had any build that was worth discussing in length. It was actually a really good match. I was on that.
Fucking pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I'm really surprised because I'm not a big fan of Elimination Chamber matches.
Yeah, I'm not either. But I was like legit, going oh shit!
Yeah, I was. I was marking out.
I was marking the fuck out.
I like the new chamber, by the way. How great was the new chamber?
It was cool.
You could stand on top of the thing without it being uncomfortable.
Because they used to have the chains, right?
Yeah. And now they put a
the
glass thing on the top, which is nice.
That's really good.
It was really good. The camera angles were much better, so I'm glad they brought it back. It was actually a much better match than I remembered it. My favorite Elimination Chamber was always the first one, when Shawn Michaels won.
Oh, that was one of the best.
MSG, that was a great one.
That was a great one right there.
But it kind of the rest of them kind of all blended in. But this one was actually a very memorable one, and it ended with Bray Wyatt pinning both AJ Styles and John Cena, which was a little surprising. It wasn't cheating. It wasn't no cheating whatsoever. He just beat them both.
No, Arena going black and going and then Luke Harper coming in and doing whatever he does to people.
So it was a really good pay-per-view. I mean, maybe not pay-per-view, but a really good match. Really good match to finish the pay-per-view, to kind of redeem the pay-per-view, because otherwise it was fucking dog shit. So Bray Wyatt won, so I got that one right.
Yeah,
Fred picked AJ Styles.
And as soon as I start, I'm like, he's not winning. Fuck. And then I realized when I replayed it sober, the podcast, that I said that AJ Styles would fight Baron Corbin at WrestleMania. Know what I say?
Yeah.
I said at WrestleMania, because he would win, AJ Styles would win the title, and then face Baron Corbin at WrestleMania, which makes no sense.
Forgetting the fact that Randy Orton won the Royal Rumble completely.
I'm like, I fucked up so hard. Those Generales. I'm never doing predictions again on those Generales.
Okay, so
a lot of okay, let's discuss Chamber a little bit. We had mentioned, going into WrestleMania that what the fuck is Dean Ambrose going to do? Well, apparently it looks like he's going to fight Baron Corbin at WrestleMania for the Intercontinental Championship. Mm-hmm. I'm assuming, which is going to be a good program, actually.
Yeah, no, definitely.
He beat the shit out of Dean, after he got eliminated,
right?
And because at first he did the roll up, I was like, fuck. But
that's funny.
He redeemed himself.
Because last week you and me were both talking about what the fuck does Dean Ambrose do at this point? You know he's going to do that.
Dolphin fucker.
Yeah.
Dean.
Hi, kids.
What was that?
Ooh, hey. I'm not a kid, but,
Oh, hi.
Oh, God.
Oh, no. Is this...
I think it's Mr. Slave. I think it's Mr. Slave. We invited him last week. I don't know if he's going to introduce himself or whatnot.
No, I don't know. Maybe he'll keep quiet and stuff.
Yeah. It's like...
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's definitely Mr.
Slave.
It's definitely Mr. Slave is here. I'm very happy. I guess I'm happy that he's here.
Alright, as long as he keeps calm and he doesn't start talking about jizz and cum or whatever he talks about, or...
Jesus Christ.
Well, I know it's just a topic that you're very interested in, but, we have wrestling... I don't want to even know what just happened over there. God damn it.
Okay. I don't know how much we're going to be able to utilize this one because it's very limited.
Snake had 5,000 of them.
Yeah, but Snake was very...
I can have a conversation with Snake for a week.
Yeah.
Watching Becky Lynch now on SmackDown if she ain't wearing the nudie suit.
Will you just tell these girls that being a whore isn't such a great thing?
Okay, well, you know what? I will tell Becky Lynch to like tone it down on the costume. She was a little raunchy on Sunday at Elimination Chamber, so I will give the message to her. Thank you.
Okay.
Ooh, this could be kind of fun.
This is a fun podcast if you keep yourself in control. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Exactly. So as long as you just like stick to the program, we're all good. All right.
Yes.
Okay. Not like Abe Simpson. Not like Snake. Just we know that you're a little crazy, but
Jesus Christ.
stop. What are you? What's so crazy? What?
Jesus.
You just gonna say Jesus the whole time? What the fuck? We didn't even get into anything yet.
How did you do that?
How'd I do what? I mean, speak?
What?
What are you talking about, dude?
Where?
What? Dude, I don't know. You're not really making sense at all, but,
How can you say that?
This is stupid. This one might be abandoned pretty quickly. Alright, let's talk about this week of WWE then. I mean...
Yeah, I watched Raw.
Me too.
For once in my life, I actually watched Raw.
We discussed this.
I literally just watched it like 2 hours ago.
We discussed this with our one fan, Drew, earlier on the pre-show, but we actually both didn't watch SmackDown this week. Not because we didn't want to. It's been a busy week. We have the results here, so we'll get to that. But can we talk about Raw? Because I feel like we need to talk about what happened on Raw. So Raw was overall a very mediocre show, except for 2 segments which were very, 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 very important. Oh, wait.
No, I'm going to go 3 on that one.
Okay, 3.
Okay, but let's talk about...
Actually, I want to go back to something because Factual Josh Peck, who's one of our informants on the Wretched Wrestling podcast, pointed something out to me during the post-match to Nikki Bella versus Carmella at the Elimination Chamber. Do you remember that they were brawling?
Nikki Bella and Carmella, they didn't fight.
Nikki Bella and,
Natalia.
And Natalia?
Yeah.
So they brawled backstage after the match. Did you see that?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Well, I'm going to inform you on something. And it's gonna explain what's gonna happen at WrestleMania.
Oh no,
it's that bad.
Oh no.
So
Jesus Christ. That should be it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, exactly.
So they're brawling backstage, and they kind of they're spilling all over this. There's people around watching them trying to break them up, and their fight kind of spills into the women's makeup area.
Ooh,
and who's putting makeup on?
James Ellsworth?
Maurice.
Oh no.
And Nikki Bella accidentally hits her and she throws all of her makeup in her face. So Fred, your John Cena and Miz feud, it's happening. Josh pointed it out to me. I saw it live and I was like, why'd they do that? And then I didn't even calculate in my mind that they're starting a program from that. That's the program right there. Nikki Bella got her
makeup in her face, and that's going to be the feud?
That's how it's going to start. That's exactly, and he's completely right.
Imagine if that happened with women, just by accident. They just did their eyes, and one of them
somebody bumped them by accident.
You bitch, we're fighting at Giant Stadium or something.
I'm fighting at the football field at Oceanside High School.
You and me at the park, 3:00 at the school.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That would be a fucking raunchy one. So that's a little interesting to me.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
It was a very good point that he made that he.
That should not be the start of a program.
God no.
Start it with a talking smack segment or something. I'll take that. I don't give a fuck, There goes my Daniel Bryan Miz match.
All right, so let's talk about let's talk about Raw.
Let's talk about Raw. We don't really talk about Raw too often.
We don't. We had to focus on SmackDown a lot because of the pay-per-view and whatnot. But it's time to talk about Raw. So Raw, they've been building up this festival of friendship between Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens.
Yes.
And I knew
it's going to be good.
We knew it was going to be good. Now, I didn't know it was going to be this good, though.
Me either.
Was phenomenal. Did you see it?
This was pretty much like the modern day
Mick Foley. Yes.
Yeah,
I was thinking the same exact thing.
Only with a better payoff.
Right. This was amazing. This was amazing.
This was great.
From all standpoints, from what Jericho was doing the whole time was fucking
With the fucking
cool.
ladies coming down
And he's
the
like
ring.
dancing, and like the intro that he did right before that.
Kevin Owens was like perfect.
He was perfect. Like
He was just like, what
uncomfortably,
the fuck
like
is going
uncomfortably annoyed, but like he was kind of like, all right, yeah. Like most of the time, he was
He's
just
like, I let Jericho like do
I'll let him do his
shit,
thing.
you know. But like, he was
fucking,
very funny.
It was fucking great.
And he got me, and Jericho got me at the end where he really like I don't know if it was real. I'm sure part of that speech was real when he said he had one of his best years of his life in wrestling.
Totally, yeah, I agree.
And I'm sure he did, but it felt so real, and you're like, oh man. And then it happened.
Kevin Owens put Chris Jericho on his list.
The list of KO.
Dude, that was such a heartbreaking moment. You could hear the crowd, right? Like,
they were
he's
so
like, oh, you got me
upset.
a new list. You got me a new list. And he's like looking at it. It's still in the box, so you can't see it. So he's like, wait, why is my name on it? And he pulls it out. It says the list of KO, and you hear the crowd go, oh, and just Kevin Owens then he fucking
beat the shit out of him.
It was fucking great. One of the best segments they've written in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
I without a doubt, one of my favorite segments of all time. And because it wasn't building towards this.
Right,
Which is what I liked about it. Because I kind of thought it was going to be like a slow build. Like, I thought...
Maybe at the fast lane or something.
Right. What I thought was going to happen is, I thought Kevin Owens was going to... Obviously, Kevin Owens is probably still going to lose the Universal title to Goldberg at Fastlane.
Whatever.
Whatever. At this point, I'm ripping the Band-Aid off. It's happening.
Yeah.
I thought Jericho was going to try to help and fuck it up,
right?
Maybe like the referee sees him and he gets thrown out, and Kevin Owens is like, "What are you doing?" And then Goldberg spears him, and that's it. 1, 2, 3.
Right.
And then that would start the feud. But this just came out of nowhere. I didn't know this was happening this week. I had no idea this was happening this week. It was a total shock to me.
Right, because I was always expecting like something big to happen for their friendship to break apart. Like it didn't seem like. The only criticism I could even bring to the table of this segment, which was so great, is that it kind of just seemed like Kevin Owens was just annoyed about this, and then like just beat the shit out of them. You know what I mean? But even though the segment was great, I mean, like fucking 99% of it was amazing.
Oh, it was great! Oh my god, that painting of them with like the pointing the fingers at each other.
The creation of Jericho.
Yeah, the creation of Kevin. Yeah, it was fucking amazing. I want that. Awesome. I want that painting for like right there. Like right there.
And
It was
gonna be in it.
Just Kevin and Chris.
Oh, okay.
Not you.
Oh. Man. Okay.
Fred just wants to get naked and somebody paint him.
Huh?
So I love this segment so much. It was so well done. Now something
great. That ran a while. I actually went through a commercial break.
Yeah, it was a while. It was
that was like a 20-minute fucking segment.
It was one of the best things. I heard Jericho had a lot of say in everything that happened in that.
That's why it was good. That's why it was good.
Jericho's good at writing these things. He wrote him and Shawn Michaels wrote their later feud.
Oh, the 2008 one.
Yeah, like the one where it was like the last
when
really
he punched
bloody
the wife.
match. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it was.
That was great. That was another great program.
Yeah. So I mean, what a great ending to this feud. I'm very sad that it's over though, because it was so much fun while it was still going on. I mean,
when I would watch Raw, like that was like what I would watch.
Right,
it's like Jericho, Owens, or the combo of that.
Yeah, there's always like a thing that keeps me going in wrestling.
Right.
Like, isn't there like there's always like that
like
one thing that's working at the moment, and you're like, oh, I gotta tune in. I gotta see what CM Punk's gonna say this
right,
time.
exactly.
Yeah.
He was a guy like you.
I can't wait to see Daniel Bryan do like this yes chant. I can't wait to see that explode some more. You know, even other things like the SmackDown 6. Like, God, these guys are great. They always throw these awesome matches in, and like that was this era's at least for the last year. This was the best part of WWE right now. It was Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens, and I don't care if you were, you hated both of them because they were heels.
I can't even say how you can hate.
How could you hate them?
How can you hate them? They're horrible people, but they were so hilarious.
They were so good at it, though. They were so good at being.
It's almost like the cast of It's Always Sunny. Like they're despicable people, but you love them.
You have to watch them.
You have to love them.
You have to watch them and see what happens to them, to see how they fuck up.
And Jericho just is a genius, man.
Yes.
Like just like making it.
I can't believe he got clicking a pen over and a clipboard over.
Yeah.
Like
I know, really.
I mean, you really think about that. He's 45 years old, and he got a clicker on his fucking pen, a clipboard, and he got all those three things over. That's amazing.
It's fucking awesome, man. Yeah, it was fucking so good. It's so good. And then he threw in the fucking... Oh, man. And they got such a good reaction when he threw him into that glass.
Yes.
It was almost like, reminded me of like Shawn Michaels, Marty Jannetty back in the day.
I was thinking of Jericho and Michaels, too, because he threw the Jeritron as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that was really, really well done. I'm very sad that it's over. It was a great run. It's never going to be that great again. That was amazing. No. That was some of the best comedy on wrestling for like that was an extended period of time. Their alliance. It wasn't like him and Jericho and AJ Styles, which lasted like a month and it was over.
Yeah, I mean, like even like when Enzo and Cass first hit the scene, I mean, like this still was funnier. Like
it makes sense though that they kind of got through it really quickly though, because if they waited for Jericho to fuck up, like then it's kind of Jericho's fault, and then like we all kind of assume
he could still play that off though.
He could play it off.
He would feel so sorry,
right?
But Owens would be like fuck off,
right? I guess they didn't want to
It's tough, yeah. It's a tough thing. I think they could have done it, but it's a tough
It's hard to like look like legitimate and like look like oh, I'm gonna beat you. Like when he kind of fucked up himself, it's like his fault. Like
he like played it up so like the friendship so much.
It was
like
so good,
so much that you can't hate somebody because he loved this person so much, and then for Kevin Owens to just fucking destroy him.
It was amazing.
It was awesome.
It was great.
Yeah.
And Kevin Owens, like, just him totally fucking healing out was it was just like when Sami Zayn won the NXT title and he came out to celebrate with him with the entire NXT roster, and he was the last one to leave with him, and then he just fucking threw him on the apron, and he powerbombed him on the apron, and it was like, and he just fucking killed him. Like this is how that felt again. It was just like, oh no, no, not now.
NXT seems to like to do that a lot. They'll like wait a while, like they make you wait. Like a good example of this, but one shitty wrestler. Austin Aries and No Way Jose, who I don't even think is wrestling anymore on NXT, is he?
I'm a couple weeks behind, but yeah, he's still there.
Is he? Okay.
Sporadic, yeah.
All right, but they were. I remember that one time that he finally got Austin Aries to start dancing with them, and that went on for like it felt like an eternity.
Yeah,
and then they finally went on the announcers table and dancing. Then Austin Aries fucking hits him, and just destroys him.
Great.
And I'm like, is Austin Aries really gonna be like a fucking dancing fucking faggot now?
Yeah.
Like really? And then he fucking turned on him and he got me. I'm like, fuck it.
Yeah. I love it when they get me. I love it though, because like sometimes
we've been watching for so long.
I know
we've seen it all.
We're smart enough to know usually what's gonna happen, but every once in a while they fucking get us.
They fucking get you.
And when they get us, we go, yes, very well, very well, very well. Golf clap, baby. Golf clap. So that was a great moment of Raw. Now this is up for interpretation, great moment of Raw was the main event, which was Charlotte versus Bayley.
And fucking pissed off because like my DVR cut off in the last 5 minutes. So I didn't even get to see her fucking win the title. Okay. And I've been hearing a lot of disputes of like people not being happy with it, people are happy with it.
I'm of the variety who's not happy with it.
So explain to me why, because it was a really awesome match up to the point before I got to see her win.
Because they're doing the same thing again that they did with Sasha Banks. Every Raw title match, Charlotte loses the title. She lost it 3 times to Sasha Banks on Raw, and then won it back at the ensuing pay-per-view. I mean, what would have been the difference? What would have been the difference of her retaining the title tonight, retaining the title at Fastlane, and then losing it at WrestleMania? This should have been a WrestleMania moment. Bayley
winning finally at WrestleMania, overcoming the odds.
Yes,
of the
overcoming the odds. That's what WrestleMania is all about. Is overcoming the odds. Shawn Michaels, the
boyhood dream.
The boyhood dream,
exactly.
like
Stone Cold winning.
Chris Benoit, like it's a bad example nowadays,
but it's a good one.
It's the same thing. Like you finally reached that point.
Daniel Bryan,
WrestleMania 30, one of the best.
One of the best things I've ever seen in wrestling.
Yeah, why they blew this on a random Raw? Like I was watching it.
I hate when they do this.
When the referee counted 1, 2, 3, and I was like, I didn't even react because I was like, what? Now? Are you doing this now?
And can't they wait a month and a half?
What's the point of
WrestleMania is coming up in a month and a half.
Right, a month.
You have Fastlane, and then you have WrestleMania a month later.
You guys will the news the reports that Bray Wyatt leak that he's going to win the title like 3 weeks ago. He goes on, wins the title, just like we all read he was going to do.
Right.
But Bayley, everybody's expecting her to win at WrestleMania. So what do? You sneak that in early? Why?
Now the moment's gone. You
the
know,
moment now it doesn't mean anything. What? She's going to lose it at Fastlane. Okay.
Right, because Charlotte never loses a pay-per-view.
Right.
So the cool thing would have been for her to keep doing that, and then her first loss at a pay-per-view would have been WrestleMania.
Exactly.
How perfect would that have been?
It's still going to be the same thing, but it would also be Bayley's first title reign. Now it'll be her second title reign. Woohoo! I don't care.
Right, exactly.
I don't care.
I know.
I don't care. I like Bayley. Don't get me wrong. Like, I don't even think this is an anti-Bayley thing. I think this is great.
No, she's fine.
Bayley should be built like Daniel Bryan. Like it's never going to work out for her. Never going to fucking work out for her. Why? She won she
can only go down.
Yeah, she just became number one contender. What, like 2 weeks ago, and now she's the champion. Just like that. Just like that? Right. 2 weeks later?
We know.
Why so quickly?
Right. We know she's technically beaten Charlotte before in non-title matches, right? But like, come on, man. Can we save this a little bit? So much had happened on Raw.
So much.
You had the friendship thing. And you had the Samoa Joe stuff, which I'm sure we'll get into. And then just all this different stuff going on. And
I hated it. And I wanted to be happy because I really like Bayley. My wife fucking loves Bayley. Like, she's her favorite wrestler. She fucking loves her. And, like, I just didn't care. The match was very good.
I thought it was a great match.
They had fucking interference, and of all people, Dana Brooke interferes on behalf of Charlotte.
Where has she been on television?
No. She hasn't been on TV at all. Like, okay, we're gonna bring her back into this whole Charlotte thing.
They don't even do Charlotte was backstage getting ready for the match. You think Dana Brooke would have been there in the corner?
Dana Brooke hasn't been in her corner in maybe 2 months now, and all of a sudden she's helping her again.
Yeah.
And then Charlotte came out, beat up Dana, and interfered in the match also, and that helped Bayley win.
Right.
Maybe next week. Maybe this is the only thing that they can redeem this whole thing is maybe next week Charlotte will petition Mick Foley to
get her a rematch.
No, not even a rematch. She just
to change it,
revoke the title change. Just wipe it off the books. Look, show her the tape. Look, she hit me in the face with her crutch, which is what Sasha did. This match should be pulled from the record books. Never happened. Maybe that's the only way this works. So that Bayley
kind of like what Miz did,
right?
On Talking Smack to Daniel Bryan,
right?
That the interference happened, they should call it off, right? Or whatever.
Kind of like when Daniel Bryan won the title for the first time.
And the when he cashed in.
Yeah, was it cashed in?
That was the first time he won.
Yeah.
He cashed in the Money in the Bank.
Right, that was WWE title. Right. Yeah. I'm thinking of World Heavyweight title. Yeah, but the first time he won the WWE title. Who cashed in? Randy Orton cashed it in and won.
Yes, right.
So he only had a title reign for 5 seconds. So maybe it's like you give her a taste and then you pull it away from her from under her, so it doesn't even count really. Or it's but for her to just lose it 3 weeks later during Fastlane, it's just okay, she had a 3-week reign, so she was a champion. So what do I care about her winning at WrestleMania? So maybe Charlotte on Raw tomorrow or on Monday, pulls her strings with the authority. I don't know.
Well, Stephanie is not a fan of Bayley.
We know that, right. She's made that very clear.
She could actually just be
that would be the only way I would be okay with this outcome. But I'm not very happy with this because they're just falling into the Sasha Banks thing, and the Sasha Banks thing could have been stretched out over a longer period of time of them trading the titles. But they rushed 4 or 5 title changes in a month and a half, and then people were so tired of that the feud had to end early, and they had to go out and do on these separate things.
They're going to other things and stuff, and
so I didn't like it. I liked the match; it was a good match. It was well done. The crowd really reacted, and they were okay with it. I wouldn't say they went crazy when Bayley when they were happy.
I'll even say that I enjoyed that match more than Sasha Charlotte matches. Because Sasha gets a little sloppy at times.
Sasha's very sloppy in the ring. I like Sasha too.
And gets a little crazy. Gets a little nuts in there, like where you gotta like be like, all right, slow the fuck down.
Yeah,
like they really did a good job in the match. And
Sasha's kind of like
Charlotte was in rare.
Sasha's kind of like Ken Kennedy. Like I really like when Ken Kennedy was in WWE. Like I really like her, and I liked Ken Kennedy a lot. But
what's the thing he used to do? He's like,
hey, what's going on?
What did he say to that girl at one time? He's like, thanks a lot, kitty. Whatever.
You cute, thank you.
Thanks a lot, you cute, thank you.
If you guys have a time, we can very quickly look up Ken Kennedy on Bite This. Remember Bite This?
This, yeah.
And there's a video of him arriving in his car, talking on the intercom to somebody. He goes like, just open the gate. Tell him the champ's here. You cute, thank you. Chewing his gums.
Thanks a lot, you cute, thank you.
He's so fucking funny.
So red. He was like
we were such Ken Kennedy marks back in the day.
He was awesome.
So that's kind of what Tasha reminds me of. Like, she was like it. She had the it factor, but she's kind of also like a mess in the ring. Like, not terrible, but like kind of sloppy. Or just like you see the holes. Like, she is very sloppy though.
She can
kind of like a spot fest almost, like with RVD. Like RVD was great. But he would have his really bad matches, like
where you were just
from time
like,
to time,
like calling it in, or like just doing a little rolling thunder or stupid
rolling a J,
yeah.
He's a little too high to have a match. So, what was the other thing you wanted to talk about that happened on Raw?
No, I was actually really. Well, there was a couple things. Do we want to talk about the Wretched part or the good part first?
Let's talk about the good part, because we've only been talking about Wretched. So. Except for the Chris Jericho came home.
True. So Sami Zayn got the shit kicked out of him by Samoa Joe.
I'm very happy about that, though. That is great.
I can see that being a great program. Obviously, Seth Rollins, we don't know, actually, whether or not he may be at WrestleMania. They kind of hinted that he wouldn't be, but then Michael Cole's like, well, he can be at WrestleMania when he interviewed him. And Samoa Joe's been playing it off really well. Like, he's just like, I don't need a crutch, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Mentioned Sami Zayn a little bit.
Yeah, it was so under the breath. It was like in passing. Like, I didn't think anything of it when he said it.
Right.
And then when Sami Zayn brought it up, I'm like, oh, they're going to start a program. And I was like, fucking great. That's awesome. I'm so happy.
Sami Zayn is a great underdog. Like,
yes.
He is if you really want to get behind a person,
yes,
Sami Zayn is a guy. He's a genius. Like, I would consider him an amazing wrestler.
Yeah, a perfect first opponent for Joe on the main roster. Like, a big match. Like, I think that's phenomenal booking on their part, so I give them credit. So that, I'm assuming at Fastlane, that's maybe the first program between them.
I would assume so.
Maybe they have a rematch at Mania. Maybe they do twice. I don't know. Maybe it's a long-term program.
Yeah, I don't know where that's going to go because
we don't know
Rollins out of the picture or in the picture. We don't know really what's going on with his status.
I'm under the assumption that Seth Rollins is going to wrestle at Mania. I have nothing to base on that. Other than the fact that
you think maybe Vince will push him to do it?
I think he'll push himself to do it. Like he won't care what the doctors say. I think
because he did
because he missed last year and he made such a big deal about it on those like video packages of him missing WrestleMania and how much it upset him, and seeing a video of like Roman Reigns winning the title and how pissed off he was.
I love when Samoa Joe was just like, rebuild, recreate, reclaim,
re-aggravate,
re-injured. I'm like, that was awesome.
I did laugh at that too. I chuckled.
But Samoa Joe has been awesome.
I'm so happy Joe is finally getting his due on the fucking WWE main roster.
You get some about guys now like him, AJ Styles,
Sami Zayn.
I was just thinking to myself when I'm watching Raw, I'm like, when I saw him as El Generico, I'm like,
I never saw him as
he got signed by the WWE. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? What the hell is he smoking?
I was a big fan of
I'm not saying he was a bad wrestler.
No.
But I'm just like, that. He's no John Cena, or anything. So.
Before me and my wife got married, we lived in Plainview, and she had, this different TV hookup than I did at my parents' house at that time. And she had Fios, and she was, the first person I knew who had Fios.
Oh, yeah.
And she had HDNet, which was, just a random channel. It was, one of the first HD channels.
Yeah.
And HDNet had Ring of Honor for, a year or year and a half.
Oh, yeah, it had that TV
It was one of my favorite wrestling periods of my entire life because every week I got to see Kevin Steen, a.k.a. Kevin Owens, El Generico, a.k.a. Sami Zayn,
Tyler Black,
a.k.a. Seth Rollins, Bryan Danielson, you know who he is, you know?
Yeah.
And Roderick Strong, like, everybody. I watched it every week, and then, like, I never in a million years thought I'd see all of them become, like, champions and main event players in WWE. It's unbelievable, like, the amount of talent they've acquired in the last year. It's quite phenomenal. I'm so happy that I watched that time of Ring of Honor, because I was never a big Ring of Honor guy like you were back in the day.
Well, I started with, like, the very first show.
Tapes and stuff.
Yeah, like RF video, yeah.
I always was like a TV guy. I wasn't a big tapes guy. Like, I know a lot of wrestling fans back in the day were like into tape trading and stuff like that. I was never one of those guys. I was always what's on TV. I have Raw. I have Nitro. Those were my choices. Yeah. So when Ring of Honor was on HDNet, that was my time to finally see it. And I remember watching like 3 main events between. I had a tweet actually from like 3-4 years ago that said like. Maybe it had to be longer because they were both signed by then, but like it said something like, "Man, that main event between Daniel Bryan and Bryan Danielson and Tyler Black, like it's amazing. How does WWE not sign them?" And then like 5 years later, they both like are 2 of their most popular wrestlers of all time. Yeah. Like it's amazing how things like turn like that.
I think Daniel Bryan like really like started that all for everybody because he was not the total prototype for WWE.
No.
Small,
never could see him
muscular or anything, like plain looking and stuff like that.
Very generic looking. Like
he got over, and I think and Kevin Steen. I mean, like a lot of these people don't fit that prototype.
Yeah, know? Right. Like the Roman Reigns or
the John Cena's of the world.
Just muscle men. Yeah. It's amazing how that like things like that can turn in a couple of years.
The only thing I will criticize about that segment with Sami Zayn and Samoa Joe, which was really good, was that. They played they don't even give you a surprise anymore. Like, he was starting to call out Samoa Joe and talking shit about him and stuff like that, and then Samoa Joe's music hits, and like, so you know he's coming out,
right?
Like, wouldn't it have been better if he beat the shit out of him and you didn't see it coming?
Well, the one thing I did like,
I know what you're
he looked at the stage. He looked at the stage. He was waiting for him to come out the stage. He's like, "Come on!" And he came out from like not from the stage, unlike Sucker Punch.
But like, what do they do? Like, what does Samoa Joe like on the cell phone? Like, play my music right now, and then like he runs around around the arena, and then like comes with the back.
Everybody's buddy with the music guy. Everybody knows him. Like Triple H was like during that Seth Rollins match, he's like, "Yo, play my music. Just see what happens. See what he does. See what he fucking does. It'll be fucking great." Fucking Owen Hart back in the day used to do that for real. Actually,
yeah, that's awesome.
So what else did you want to talk about on Raw?
So let's talk about one of my favorite divas.
Okay. Oh god, no.
Emmalina.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
Let's talk about Emma or Emmalina, however you want to call her. I don't know what to call her. Interesting segment. I feel like I don't have a comment that makes sense.
No comment?
I heard it was very badly, like, receptive. It was horrible. And I didn't understand what the fuck was going on. I'm praying to God that this leads to some sort of, like, she's fucking bipolar or something like that, and she switches between Emma and Emmalina, like, but she acts like psychotic like that.
I'll tell you exactly what happened. Okay.
I saw it, but you could tell.
Oh, you saw it online.
I watched the show.
No, I'm saying I'm going to tell you what happened behind the scenes. So, what happened was Emmalina was supposed. Emma got injured last year when she debuted on Raw.
Weeks.
Almost. Well, no, when she got hurt. She got hurt when she got called up. She got called up with Dana Brooke. They had an alliance in NXT. They both got called up. They both attacked Becky Lynch, I believe, at the time.
Yep.
And then she got immediately hurt at a house show. So she was out for a very long time. People forgot about her. And people don't even remember she got called up. So when she got called back up, they decided to repackage her. They were going to repackage her. It's not like she had been doing this thing in NXT. For you who don't watch NXT, she wears sunglasses. Like she's just like a fucking heel. That's really all she was. She was just a heel. She kind of sunglasses. She wore these black gloves. She was kind of like
before that, she used to be like goofy and
she was like the
weird hair,
the bubbly girl.
And then she changed because she realized like that wasn't working for
right.
her. So
she never got over on the main roster, so that's why she finally stopped being. She's not being a fan favorite because she said she used to confront people daily you'll never get over being the way you are which I like because that's for her it sucked but so when she was out they decided to repackage her. I guess they didn't want her to go through that gimmick again. Maybe also because Dana Brooke was already involved with Charlotte. They didn't really know what to do with her. They didn't want to throw her back in with Dana Brooke. I don't know. I don't know why they
programs already.
Right. And there's a lot of women on Raw right now. There's a lot of women on SmackDown. Everybody kind of blends in together unless you're one of the main players. So they decided to repackage her as this. They wanted. They actually said on the dirt sheets that they wanted to do a a flashback to a 90s women's wrestler, which was all about sex appeal, like Sable and I can't think of anybody else off the top of my head, but Miss Kitty and people like that. So they wanted it'd be sex appeal, just her tits popping out. Deborah, right? It's just tits and ass, pretty much. Nothing behind it. So they started building her up for a couple of weeks. She was healthy this whole time, by the way. She wasn't hurt for these last 17 weeks. She's been healthy. She was healthy from the get-go. She was wrestling on house shows.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
So they were just repackaging her and trying to build her up on TV and get people talking about it. Now, after about 5 weeks of her building her up, that time when they said she'll be here next week. You remember the first time they should? It was 5 weeks in. They said next week Emily is going to debut, and then the next week came. Emelina didn't debut, and they just said coming soon. And apparently she wasn't performing well in the auditions for doing this character of this sex appeal. Oh, you've waited so long to see me. Almost sounded pornographic. So I guess at this point it became a joke between them because they built it up for so many weeks that they're let's just keep building it up and she's gonna come out and she's just basically gonna throw it right out the window. So I think what they're doing is she's just gonna be Emma from now on.
Okay.
So she's gonna go back to the gimmick with the sunglasses and the gloves and just being a heel. And they're using her, building her up as a sex object for the last 17 weeks as her being you wanted to see me with all those pictures? Well, it's not fucking happening. She's just going to be a heel now. Which
that's the only thing they can do to really redeem it if that's the real story.
Right. So, I actually think that'll help her in the long run because people are going to boo her, naturally. They're guys are going to I want to see her titties! So... In the end, it works, but also at the same time, I liked her heel shit in NXT. I liked it a lot, actually.
I did.
So I was kind of annoyed when I saw this gimmick coming. I'm her in a bathing suit.
Who cares?
I can watch porn if I really, really want to see
naked a naked girl. You can go to sex.com. www.sex.com. I looked that up.
So that's what I read.
Andrew said it.
Yeah, by the way, a couple of weeks ago we referenced sex.com. I don't remember why, but Fred decided to actually go to sex.com. And then he sent me the link to it. Thanks. I can type in 6 characters onto my computer and figure them out myself.
I just wanted to make sure you didn't add any extra X's in there. That's all, So, so anyway, that was Emelina. Okay, I guess. Fine if they're gonna pull this whole thing where they drop it.
They basically scrap.
They basically have to at this point because, why would they keep it? It wouldn't make any sense. So anyway, so that was pretty much Raw, right? I can't complain. Braun is fucking growing on me hard. I know that sounds gay, but dude, I'm and the crowd is in the.
Jesus Christ.
Shit. Sorry, got you a little bothered, Mr. Slave. The crowd is really into him too. They're trying to build. They're trying to build this program between Roman Reigns and Braun, and they're trying to make Roman Reigns kind of. Every time Roman Reigns gets offense on Braun, they boo him, of course.
Yes.
Of course. But when Braun beats the shit out of Roman, they all cheer. And he's a good guy. I like Braun. I remember when he first came to Raw, we're this is terrible.
Yes, it was horrible.
We're what the fuck? He was just with the Wyatts. What the hell? This is stupid. beating up jobbers. Oh God, what the hell? And then he just kind of grew on me. I guess like maybe my standards are low, for like people nowadays. You know?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
He had a pretty. I mean, I wouldn't say it was a good match against Mark Henry, but like it got him over because he like lifted that motherfucker up in the air and gave him the power slam. You know. And then the previous week he threw Roman Reigns through a fucking barricade, you know, so
yeah,
didn't hurt his ankle, didn't hurt his knee like Rollins, but you know, I'm liking Braun. I don't think you agree with me, but
no, I mean, yeah, no, I like
it's something. I can't believe I'm saying that in like
I've liked Raw
because I'm not a big like
for the most
big
part,
guy.
so
person,
yeah, me neither.
You know?
But for some reason, I've been digging Braun Strowman recently. I don't know why. I don't really have much. I don't have much to say to it other than like
I like it.
I like it, right? Like
I think
I'm not a fan of that character normally. I guess It's like, but for the way he's done it, I'm okay with it. He's not like Big Show. He's not like Kane. Like he's kind of like his own thing, and I kind of like it right now. I don't know. Ask me in a year if I like it. If I'm gonna I'm still like it. But like, I guess like 10 years ago, I probably did like Kane a little bit. I probably liked it when he would come out and beat up somebody. But like,
yeah, when he first like debuted, maybe.
Right,
but, like,
that's 20 years ago.
You gotta understand that like we can't like a lot of we went through the shit of like 2003 to 2006. We had all these big guys like all the time, like Luther Reigns, Nathan Jones.
Right.
God, who else, man? I don't even know. Like there were so many of them. Like they just like went through the cycle. Matt Morgan.
Ugh.
Yeah, just like it was just one after a fucking another of like these big doofuses, and then now I think that we have like all these smaller guys and these guys that can wrestle. A guy like Braun that just comes in and just destroys everybody.
Right.
Kind of is a nice like breath of fresh air.
It's a breath of fresh air because it's not the same four guys that they've done, you know.
Right, it's not Kane, Big Show, Mark Henry, and you know.
I mean, how many times can we honestly take Kane and Big Show and Mark Henry serious when they haven't done anything in the last like 6 years of noteworthy? You know, like,
right? Exactly.
Kane was like what, champion like 5 years ago. Like Big Show had a great like 2012. Like Big Show was like
Mark Henry had a good run for a little while.
Yeah, 2012-ish, like that around that time, like. But, like, since then, what have they done? Like, what have you done for me lately? Like, I get that they're all fucking legends. They'll all probably go to the Hall of Fame someday.
Well, yeah.
But at the same time, like, you can't build up the same guy all the time and expect people to still believe in them. So that's kind of why when Kane had a great performance in the 2001 Royal Rumble. He was, he had at that point eliminated the most people ever. Before Roman Reigns later broke it, and he was the last guy that Stone Cold eliminated that year.
Yeah, he had to bash him with a fucking chair to get him out of there.
And it was like back then it was working. Like that's what I want Braun Strowman to be able to achieve. But like I don't know how long I'm going to be able to handle it until it eventually hits that tipping point where it's like you build up the strong guy for so many times. Like is he actually going to become like a threat? Like Big Show was never really a threat. Like Big Show was like what, a 5-time champion, I want to say.
He was always like,
but like he was always like
never was like a real threat.
He was never the guy. He was always like a placeholder. Like he took the title from Big Show. Like he took the title from what, The Rock at one point. Like he took the title from the Big Show.
You said he took the title from Big Show.
I said The Rock.
Oh, okay. My bad.
The Rock.
I'm a little tired.
Yeah, it's a little tired. So I don't know, like,
well, we're seeing that now kind of with Rusev, where
right. How many times can you build him up?
Was a build up. You're right. It was built up for so long, and now he's, then of course he lost to John Cena at WrestleMania.
He's almost a joke now with like his handsome Rusev gimmick that they're doing.
Yeah, now it's all a joke, and they pushed him and they didn't, and they went back and forth, and now he's gonna start going to that tipping point, or if he has already.
Yeah,
I kind of like the handsome Rusev thing only because he sounded so stupid when he said it.
Yeah,
that it was almost like just comical.
It was kind of funny.
Did he break his nose for real? Is that, or is he doing that on purpose? Because he's
I think he did, but I'm not sure. I don't know.
Because he looks so uncomfortable.
I care so little about Rusev that I don't read. Like, if I see a headline about Rusev, I don't click it because I just don't care. Like, I look for the headlines that interest me. So it's always like Chris Jericho, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Finn Balor. Like, what is Finn Balor doing? When is Finn Balor coming back?
When's he coming back?
He's scheduled. He's starting to like train now, so he's coming back. It sounds like he'll be ready for Mania. I'm assuming they'll do some kind of ladder match, and I'm sure that'll be his first match. That'll be nice and safe for him.
For the
Mania.
For like a U.S. championship, or
I don't know. No, they always do some ladder. They always do ladder matches at Mania. Right?
Yeah, that's
they
true.
always do.
They do something like that. Like, I don't know if like he would have a program with Joe or something like that, or
I don't know.
People have been kind of like throwing that around, but like
that doesn't really make sense.
Where would that come from?
Yeah, where would that come from?
You know, and like I kind of brought up Shinsuke Nakamura drunk last week, which kind of like it was like kind of like I thought like in the promo with Samoa Joe, he's just like no one can beat me, no one can hold, I'm a dominant force, no one has anything on me, blah blah blah.
Right,
but Shinsuke Nakamura did beat you, and took your title, NXT title. So, like, they could play that up if they wanted to. So.
Christ. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Alright, maybe it wasn't such a good idea to bring up him, but... Don't cry about it, Jesus Christ. Okay, I admit that was a odd suggestion I made, but you don't have to go, like... Just calm down, alright?
I didn't work to become a whore. I was born a whore.
What does that mean, dude? You call me a whore?
Make you into a whore.
You're gonna make me into a whore? Are you fucking...
A what?
Are you... a whore? You're gonna make me into a whore? Really?
Mr. Garrison's going to punish me.
Well, you better get going then.
Well, I just have to get through with the... Oh, Jesus Christ.
You're right, Mr. Slave. It seems like you're having a lot of problems there. You asshole.
Thank you, sweetie.
Bye.
You're gay too.
What? What? I never said I was. What? Why would you think I am?
Yes.
Why would you say that? 2. Why would you say that? Are you inseminating a certain aspect of me? Because I don't like to discuss these things on the podcast, Craig. As you know, I do not like to discuss them. So I'm going to say this one last time. I am straight.
Okay, I think this has all gone far enough. You're gay too.
I just said what I was!
Huh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, come on, dude. You can't even... No. I love Becky Lynch and Nia Jax, and I'm unfortunate. I did love Nicole Bass, too, but she was, she's dead now, and I'm very upset about that.
Will you just tell these girls that being a whore isn't such a great thing?
What the fuck?
Why did you dream that I was being an asshole?
You are being an asshole right now. You just... It's the end of the show, and this is the part of the point where guests start getting crazy. They think that they get too comfortable around.
You say that?
They get too comfortable around us, and they start saying things.
Stop it!
I'm not gonna stop. This is my show too.
Really?
Yeah.
Stop it!
Oh my God, Mr. Slave. Do you talk to these other people, like Abe Simpson and Snake and stuff?
Now look, the last person you want to be like is Paris Hilton.
Well, I guess you're right.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we could quickly let's just move on from Mr. Slave because Mr. Slave was not very helpful this week.
Yeah, thanks.
I mean, what? Do you remember what we said on the recap show of 2016 where we reviewed everything that happened? Do you remember what I said? Do you remember what I said about deaths? Like, we did pretty good this year. We didn't have any deaths. It was like China, big deal. Who gives a fuck? Balls Mahoney. It was like Balls Mahoney. Okay, yeah, he's a legend, but like Like, not, you know, he's not like, but like, not household name. China was like the biggest name.
That was a big name. Yeah.
And I said, like, I have a bad feeling 2017 is going to be bad. I am so sorry because we lost 4 wrestlers this week. 4 in consecutive days. 4. First, it was Chavo Guerrero Sr.
Chavo Classic,
which we talked about briefly last week.
Yes.
That just happened. Then we lost
George the Animal Steel. A true pioneer.
One of the most household names in wrestling history. My dad knows who that guy is.
Yeah.
My dad doesn't know anybody. Like, my dad doesn't know any wrestlers. He knows the Nature Boy Buddy Rogers, like, or whatever.
Really?
Yeah, he knows him. I don't know how he knows
That's even obscure.
That's an obscure one. And George the Animal Steel. Those are like the two he knows. And then we lost Nicole Bass, who you just mentioned a couple minutes ago, who, by the way, was the brunt of a lot of our jokes back in high school. Like, oh, who do you want to have sex with, China? Like, no, Nicole Bass. Like, that was always the joke. Who's more masculine, China or Nicole Bass? Who would you blow? Like, it was like the joke. It was like, who's the more ugly woman? But, R.I.P., I guess. And then today,
fucking Ivan Koloff.
I can't believe this.
Jesus Christ. I'm like...
That's 3 days in a row.
I'm like, how many times I gotta write this shit?
I know.
Like,
Fred's been updating the fucking WWP Facebook page.
I know. I feel like I'm
updated every
morgue
2 seconds.
I feel like I'm like... We have a morgue page on Facebook.
We do. The Morgue Wretched podcast.
There you go.
Morgue. It's a weird word.
Morgue.
It doesn't sound weird when you think about it. Morgue.
Yeah, where did they come up with that word for?
I don't know.
It's a creepy word.
Why is NXT on my TV? Anyway,
Authors of Pain.
I don't really have much more to touch on unless you have any other topics that you have wanted to cover.
Well, I have a lot to touch on. No, I was just kidding.
I got a little... Oh, Jesus Christ. What's happening in there?
Alright, Mr. Slave.
We'll talk later, Mr. Slave. We'll talk later. Alright?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Alright, Mr. Slave kind of came out at the end. He went like 0 for 10 tonight, but like in the bottom of the 11th, he had a single right up the middle.
Just like Benny Agbayani
Oh, Jesus Christ.
in the 2000 World Series.
Yeah, he sucks. Yankees!
That was like our joke. Like anyone cares, but like...
You saw my Facebook thing.
Yeah. That, like, whenever we made fun of the Mets, we talk about Benny Agbayani.
Only
I can't even say it.
Only because his name was so ridiculous.
It's so gay.
Oh my god, it's so gay.
It was such a good name.
It was such a raging name.
I'm a raging.
Alright, so do you have anything else left? I've got nothing else left.
No, that is the docket.
That was pretty much we hit the main topics this week.
Yeah.
We have Fastlane coming up in a couple weeks, so I'm sure we'll have some more things to talk about. There was nothing really to talk about with Goldberg and Brock Lesnar this week because not much really fucking happened.
Nah, Goldberg wasn't there. Gilbert was there. He didn't make his return.
That was fucking great.
He just beat the shit out. Didn't even give him a chance to like even come in the ring.
I even like how Jericho like apologized. Like, yeah, I'm sorry. I thought you would like that. I'm so sorry. All right, guys. If you're not following us on Facebook, please check us out at Wretched Wrestling. You can follow us on Twitter at Wretched Wrestle. Fred's got the YouTube page going out. Search for Wretched Wrestling.
Wretched Wrestling is our name.
If you follow us on Facebook, you follow
not Wretched, but Wretched.
Right, not Wretched. It's
Booker
Wretched.
T.
Yeah, it's spelled Wretched, but it's Wretched.
I'm glad we have that new intro.
If you like our Facebook page, you can watch these YouTube videos that we do. You can watch these live on our Facebook page. Usually recorded around midnight on
3 o'clock in the morning,
Saturday nights, Eastern Standard Time. So.
We sleepy now.
Yeah, that's gonna pretty much wrap it up. Check us out on iTunes, Google Play, and Podomatic. Fred, sing your goddamn song.
We love wrestling.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Alright, guys, stay tuned to this channel, and we'll see you guys next week here on the Wretched Wrestling Podcast. Peace!
And no more deaths, please.
Yeah, please, goddamn.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the Vader tweet to come out.
Yeah, Vader's next, bro.
Yeah, fuck. Alright, well.
Alright, bye.
Alright, bye. Oh, I thought you weren't going to push stop.
Alright, bye.
Alright, bye.
I hope I didn't cut it off. I think I might have.
To
this channel, and we'll see you
Oh,
guys
this
next
is like
week
last week.
here on the
You sing song?
It was kind of like Homer, like
enjoy
Or-
show? So that was show?
you like stuff.
podcast. Peace. No more deaths, please. Yeah, please. God damn.
Oh, let me stop this video because I don't want to edit all this out.
Yeah, it's Vader. Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck. Alright, well. Alright, bye.
Depressing.
Alright, bye.
Storage almost full. Okay.
Yeah, it always says that. Peace, motherfucker! WWP!